as long as you coordinate or at least mention that to the transportation vendor when you start the visit. The other thing is, I think there's a 60-mile limit. So they will drive you to a doctor within a 60-mile radius of your home address. Okay?
Is there a preferred list for the pharmacies?
Yes. I don't even have that slide in here, but we do have preferred pharmacies, and I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But we've got the big box chains. So CVS, Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, Kroger are the big ones. But we've also, in a big effort to support this market, we've expanded into a lot of the independent pharmacies. So a lot of the smaller mom and pops are now part of our preferred network. So I know, like in Fort Wayne, my hometown, Scott's, that's kind of a local, I don't know if anybody here markets in Fort Wayne, but Scott's grocery stores, yeah, that's local to the Fort Wayne area, but they're included in our preferred network now. So, you're going to see an expansion there. And if we have time, I actually have a sheet. If people want to, kind of look and see what's included in that, I've got a grid that, you can look and see for different areas.
How would a pharmacy become part of your network if they were interested? Like a mom and pop store, for example. How would they go about that?
I would have to find that out. I know that we've got, a whole department that kind of negotiates all of that, but I'm not really, see, I'm Gracious Estate. He probably could answer that question. I let him go too soon. I don't know, but I can find out for you.
That'd be great.
Okay. Let's see here. And then we talked about podiatry, 6 visits, and then silver sneakers. So, and then also just so you can read, the blue counties are the ones that we've added the product into for 2017. So any questions about Indiana before I move on to the next one? Okay. Ohio. Ohio is, a key state for us. It's one of the biggest for Anthem. We've got a lot of membership there. We are, very prominent in the state of Ohio. There's a lot of competition there too. I think if anybody who markets in that area is aware, there's a lot of other folks there too. We are not expanding in 2017, but we've got a really strong footprint of the counties where we offer an HMO DSNP product. And so you can see again on the color coordination, it's harder for me to see. I'm going to look at yours. So where you see green, you've got the HMO DSNP. Where yellow, you've got HMO DSNP and LPPO. So those are the
yellow
counties.
and yellow.
Up here it does, but
Yeah.
if you look on your map,
Okay.
it actually differentiates it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I can't tell. I'm
Top on
colorblind.
screen.
Thank you.
Hey, just real quick,
Sure.
for Ohio, where do you think Anthem, for instance, beats United Healthcare? Where? What area? On the previous slide, you showed the additional benefits.
Yeah.
Where do you think Anthem beats United Healthcare?
Where do I think Anthem beats?
Yeah, what, is that better than United Healthcare?
I have not had the opportunity to see United Healthcare's 2017 plan yet. So can you tell me? Here's what we've got. What do you think?
I'll know the answer before I go in the field, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wondered,
Yeah.
for Ohio.
I have not seen United Healthcare yet.
This is powerful, theirs will have to be powerful
Right.
to beat it.
Right. And that's the whole idea. I mean, we're in the market. We've got sustainability. We're not going to go anywhere. I mean, Anthem's been around. Gosh, I think we've been in Ohio for 78 years. I mean, it's a long. And same for Indiana and Kentucky. I mean, somewhere in that time frame, 70-something years. We are in it to stay. We're growing. We kind of went through that phase a couple of years ago where we, backed down a little bit. Kind of had to reposition, get ourselves, marketed correctly, structured correctly, and now we're in the build-up phase again. So let's talk about, the DSNP mandatory supplemental benefits in Ohio. Dental, you get 2 exams, 2 cleans, and look at that comprehensive dental. Now that just goes to show you Ohio is a very competitive market, and to go into what Greg was saying, they have to structure the benefits and the cost and all of that. There's a whole lot that goes into that to make sure that we're putting our money where it makes the most sense. Comprehensive dental is one of those benefits that can make it or break it. That can be a real push for a member to make a decision. So $1,400 in comprehensive dental in Ohio. Huge. Yep. And that's $350 per quarter. They do the math for me down there. That helps.
A lot of the benefits are richer, I see, in Ohio.
Yes. Ohio's
Yes, and
strong.
Yeah.
More competitive.
Very competitive. And you
Ohio.
see that. Yep. And again, I mentioned up front, what was that? I saw $3,000 towards hearing aid. The over-the-counter, that's also richer, $120 per quarter. Again, it's a catalog state, so it's again every quarter you place the order. And again, they can accumulate the dollars and spend them at the end of the year. Transportation, 40 trips. So, you know, you're getting a whole lot. Podiatry, we talked about that, and silver sneakers. So
Good package.
it's a good package. Like, I mean, I'm going to be looking at United and see. I'm sure, you know, they're great. I'm sure they're going to have a very competitive product as well. It's going to depend on what locations, you know, what counties it's in, and what fits your member the best, what they need the most. Okay. Any other questions? Rolling through it.
How many agents do we have here from Ohio? Anybody?
Oh, okay.
Ugh. That was lonely. That was lonely.
Well, the reason for the question is you have MyCare over there, which is a demonstration
Yes.
project.
Yes.
And that
Talk about
probably
that.
all. Do I want to talk about
No,
it?
do you want me to talk about that a
Yeah,
little bit?
would you just for a second?
A little bit, yeah. MyCare is the demonstration product. I think it scared a lot of agents in the beginning on, you know, wanting to get into that market. There were a whole lot of rules about, you know, don't talk about them, you know. We even put that out, you know, don't compare our benefits to MyCare, and that's still true. It's separate and different. So, you know, if you've got somebody going, what's the difference between MyCare and Anthem? You can't do a comparison like that. What you do is, as the agent, you're marketing a product. MyCare, they actually enroll members. I'm losing the term here. They auto-enroll.
Auto-enroll.
They auto-enroll members, but the member has the right to leave that plan and choose to go to a DSNP plan. They have to opt out. You know, they have to take that step to opt out of MyCare, but they have the right and the choice to move into a DSNP product. So you can market to those members, but you know, you do need to be kind of careful about, you know, not comparing, let's say, Anthem benefits to MyCare and trying to push them out. You know, am I making myself clear? Like, if it works for them, here's an option for you. You can opt out of MyCare. You don't have to stay there even though you were auto-enrolled. And it's up to them to make that opt out and sign up for another product.
Just as an overview, you heard all this talk, right, about state, federal, and all these benefits, all those different numbers, and you get frustrated by all this confusion. Well, the ACA created, the Affordable Care Act created an office that's intended to coordinate Medicaid and federal benefits in order to avoid confusion and cost shifting and that kind of stuff. And MyCare in Ohio is one of 9 states that have demonstration projects in order to better coordinate those benefits. That's what's
Yeah.
going on. And it's not in every county in Ohio, so.
Right.
It is in Hamilton.
Is that where you market? Yeah. Do you have a lot of issues running into that?
I don't do a whole lot of DSNPs in Ohio anymore.
Okay.
I used to. but
Is it
I
because
don't.
of that you?
No, no.
Okay. I was just curious.
I'm old.
Hey.
I think the insurance companies would call that consolidating, so.
Well, and also the governor in Ohio was willing to do things a lot of other governors wouldn't.
Okay, I'm going to move on to Kentucky. All right, so Kentucky is another state in which we're expanding in 2017. So when you look at your map and you see the blue outline, we are expanding into 18 additional counties in the state of Kentucky. And again, you know, just to reiterate, whenever we have a DSNP, we also have an HMO product in that market. So each of these, you're going to have both available in 2017. So another market where, you know, we believe there's a lot of opportunity there. I know you're from Kentucky, right? Yes, exactly. So there's a lot of opportunity there, a market that we're going to stay in and build on. We've had a lot of improvements. We went to the $0 HMO effective last year. So that's a focal point for us. So let's look at some of the benefits we have in 2017. So those are all the counties in blue that are going to be added. When you get to dental, you know, every one of them has the 2 exams, so I'm going to skip that. The comprehensive is $700 annually towards comprehensive dental benefits. That's $175 per quarter. Vision is $100 towards eyewear, and that can be contacts or glasses. Hearing, $3,000. Over the counter is $20 per month, and I want to talk about that for a minute because that came up when Greg was talking. That's a real value add. So in the state of Kentucky, there's only a few states we offer that in. Kentucky, Georgia, Connecticut, I believe. What that means is that when they sign up for the plan, they also get a retail card, an actual card, and they can use that. They can go to a preferred pharmacy, whether it be the independents or the big box chain, and use that card and have an instant gratification. I need Nexium, I don't know. I can go there today and get it. I don't have to wait and submit my order and have it mailed to me. So that's a really big perk, and one that you should put in your toolbox when you're in Kentucky talking to your members. Yes.
Can they use it for co-pays for prescriptions? Or
I don't.
Just for like
It's
day-to-day
just
Tylenol?
yes. It's just for products.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. What was I going to say?
Will they have a book that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. When they get their enrollment kit, they'll get a book of all the products. And I understand, I think that when they go to the different, pharmacies and places like that, they also have, like a listing there of what products are available, is my understanding of that. Again, we only have a few states that we offer this particular benefit in, but it's really well received, again, for that instant gratification. I mean, if you need something, you can go right now and get it. The catalog option is really positive as well, but, you do have to wait and sort of plan for that, but you can use it either in Kentucky. They can order them and have them sent to them, or they can just go down to the pharmacy and buy what they want. Yes?
On the dental, is that 2 exams and 2 cleanings, 1 x-ray plus 700? Or is that
Yes, you're absolutely right.
real?
This is sort of the, I'm going to say the wellness part of it. That comes as a routine dental. With routine dental care, you get the 2 exams, the 2 cleanings, and 1 x-ray per year. The comprehensive is above and beyond that. So those are those types of things where I go to root canal, or the more invasive type of dental work that a person needs, the more expensive. Let's be honest, it's expensive to go to the dentist and have anything done. So that money there is to help offset those costs. It's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now that I know that.
And that was the case for all the states. So where you saw that, that's the same concept, for each state. I might have skipped over the eyewear benefit, but you've got it in your grid, and I can go back. And again, silver sneakers, that's one that we just added this year as well. That's one of those benefits. I'll talk about it a little bit. Not everybody likes to have it. Half the people don't use it, but they love having it. It's just, it's like, wow, I can go to a gym. But something to keep in mind is there's other options too. With our Silver Sneakers package, obviously they can go to a gym, they can sign up, and there's 11,000 different gymnasiums they can go to. But if they don't want or cannot leave their home, for whatever reason, they can also have a package. They can sign up to have this sent to them. And what comes in that package is a pedometer, strength, strength bands, jump rope, different things that they can use at home if they can't get out. So keep that in mind. I don't know that everybody knows that. So it's just another option for folks to utilize that benefit.
You don't have to be a stay-at-home person, though.
No, you can take it
just
to the
get
park.
that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can just get that and then
Yeah.
still go to the gym.
Yeah, you can still go to the gym. Yeah. Oh, see, I'm going to stop there because we're not going to go over the other states. You've got the information. So what I'd like to do now is I want to kind of go online. And the first thing I want to show you is our Custom Point. Let me stand up again. Custom Point is our marketing website. Most of you, tell me if you haven't been to Custom Point. Raise your hand if you've never been on that site. All right, you guys are going to go on it, and you're going to love it after you see this. Once you certify, you go through your annual certification, you get your login information to Custom Point. That's when you're eligible to get on it. You'll be able to see information for states that you are ready to sell for. So if you're in Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio, you see the products that are available for those 3 states. I have the master password so I can see everything. So that's awesome. Let me pull this up. And I even have to sit down a little bit to do this one because my arms aren't quite that long. Okay. This is what it looks like when you get into it. Just to kind of navigate through a little bit to show you what's there. We're on the home page right now, and you can go down here, enrollment kit ordering. Some of that stuff's old. They haven't updated it yet. Let me take this opportunity to kind of put a plug in. If you have not certified yet for 2017, please do so. And the reason I say that is you have the opportunity to pre-order your enrollment kits for 2017. That option exists through the end of August. we close it down at the end of August and we don't reopen again until AEP when that starts. So right now, if you are ready to sell for 2017, you have that opportunity to go out there. And what that means to you is the last weekend of September, first weekend of October, your enrollment kits are going to arrive at your home and you hit the ground running. And that's an advantage over those who didn't take, advantage of that opportunity. So please do it. I highly recommend it if you haven't already. All right. Catalogs. So you come over here, and right here you can see you can go in, and this is where you would order your 2017 enrollment kits. Let me just pull one up just to kind of show you what it looks like. So Indiana, and it's Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and we're talking about DSNP. We only offer it in English. Some areas we actually have Chinese, Spanish, Vietnamese, different languages, so you'll have that option when you pull this up. And so what you do down here, let's say I want this one. So max of 50. I'm not really going to place my order, but I'm going to just put one in here. I'm going to add it to my cart. I'm going to stay here. What you can do, if you click on that, oh, it won't let me show you. I'll try that in another one. So easy enough. I've added that enrollment kit right up here in my cart. If I wanted to check out, I could do that right now, but I don't want to. I want to go over here. This is the one I want to spend the most time on. This is your sales toolkit. Let me go to this one. Gotta have a little delay here to get everything pulled up. Okay. So, again, I have all the states. So let's just do Indiana. So when I click on Indiana over here, go away. All right. What you're going to see is this menu. Oops. Oh, come here. All right. These are the different options that you have available to you. You can order product flyers, SEP flyers, event flyers, education only, brochures, letters, cards. We're going to look at some of them. Plan highlights, posters, presentations. If you want to download the actual DSNP presentation that you would use with a member, you can download that from here as well. And other DSNP items. So is there anything anybody wants to see in particular? I can go to plan highlights, or do you want to see product flyers? Somebody throw something
flyers.
out. Product flyers. Okay.
And everyone knows why this might be important, right? These flyers?
CMS approved.
Well, not only that, but you would search out those locations where people live,
Put flyers there.
or where they visit, in order to put flyers, yeah.
Yep.
And you can put your information in there.
And you can. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll show you that. We've got a customization tool, and it's really simple. When you go in for the first time, you set up your profile, and hopefully I can show you that. And I'll show you what one looks like. And then once you pull up a document that you want, it can automatically populate your information, your contact information, and so you have it ready to go. And the beautiful thing is, you can either download them electronically at no cost. I mean, if you're going to send something out, obviously you want a paper copy. You can have them printed. And one thing to keep in mind is with being part of the FMO, Benefit Plans of America, you guys get a benefit with us too. We have a FedEx discount program. I don't know if you're aware of it. You can utilize, there's a code, and I can send that to you, Edgar, again, to distribute to everybody. You can get some discount on printing costs by using the Anthem codes. So, not sure if anybody was aware of it, but it's another perk. Oh, okay, so you click on one, and then you hit the next button down here. Okay, so this is, I have already set my profile up, and this is basically what it looks like. It's going to ask you, that basic information, and you just have to do this when you get on for the first time. Very, very easy, very self-explanatory. Hit your next button. Takes a few minutes. It's going to pop up and show the proof. So you can review it and make sure that everything looks right. And we're waiting for that to happen. And then once I say, yep, I like that, Then I'll submit it, and it takes a couple minutes, so I'm not gonna wait for that one to show up. Not long in the normal sense of time, but since you're all sitting here, like, looking at the screen, it's a little bit too long. But I've done this already, so I'll pull up some that I've already done electronically so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, this is taking a little bit longer. Here we go. So there's the proof of what it's gonna look like. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. There's my contact information. So let me continue on. I'm going to say I approve this. And I want to add it to my cart. And here's your option. Right here, if you wanted to have this printed and have it mailed to your home, your profile that you set up is going to have your address. You're going to plug that in, your mailing address. You would choose that option. I'm going to do electronic and have it downloaded to my laptop. And yes, I really, really want it. And I'm submitting. Okay, so that'll take some time to pull up, but let me just pull up one I recently did. Nope, come on, I want that one. Download, and you hit the download button. And then I just open it. And there you have it. So you can kind of see, well, I'll just use my cursor here. There is my contact information. So you just personalize this to what you need quickly. And this is the plan highlights for St. Joseph County in Indiana. And you just go to and there you have it. So we have all kinds of marketing tools like this available. You know, free of cost. Just go in there, you fill out your profile, you'll have your information automatically plugged in. You can have it on your laptop if you prefer, like if you're gonna meet with people and you just wanna have this as a oh, it's telling me it's ready, sorry. And you just wanna have a resource, you know, to easily go through as well as the enrollment kit. You know, just whatever works for you, it's another tool available, or you can use it for marketing. There's things you can mail out as well. But just know there's tons of options available out there to help you be more successful. Is that pretty cool? I mean,
Yeah.
I thought so.
The 2017 stuff gets populated on 1 October, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked Carmen to do this because most people don't know the marketing materials that Anthem has available, and they're very nice, they're very good.
And they're all CMS approved. So, you know, a lot of times I've actually had a lot of agents reach out to me and like, okay, I want to do some marketing, you know, here's what I want to do. And they're trying to create their own marketing piece, and you really don't need to. You know, we've got this stuff ready to go. You don't have to go through all that time consuming, because everything has to be CMS approved. You all know that. You know, you can't do your own thing and wing it in this marketplace. So I try to direct them over to Custom Point, because you've got it there. You have several options to choose from. Hit the buttons and you're ready to go. So I don't know if you want me to go into more, or maybe go to online store now and look up providers.
Well, let's see what time, how long are you gonna be, Erin? I think going to the online store would be good.
Okay. All right.
We got time.
And again, you know, I've got business cards with me as well. I mean, if anybody, yeah, she doesn't need a whole lot of time. A lot of the questions that we've already gone through, but
Yeah, a lot of what we were gonna do
actually
is gone
covered.
through, so more or less it was just gonna be if anybody had questions for me as.
Well, I
because
want
read
to
a
address,
lot
I want to address something still about persistency, and that you would be a good resource for that, I think.
Right, so it was just gonna be more answering any questions, and then what I do and what is really necessary in order to help DSNP clients, because they take a little more time than
yes.
a regular Medicare Advantage.
Exactly.
So that's all I was gonna go over.
Well, let me just throw this out. One other thing to keep in mind. I may have added, I don't remember if I added this at the end. We also offer web tool training. It's twice a month, and I think you've got that posted on your intranet site. If not, you know, I'll have my business card here and I can hand that out. You can reach out to me if you need help with Custom Point, or you want to know when those training webinars are, or you can reach out to Edgar. You know, they know how to get a hold of me. But if you want, it's in the back. Thank you. I thought I concluded it. All right, so it's in the back of your deck. They'll actually have more scheduled through the end of the year. That only goes out to, I think, September. Is that right?
Yeah, September 28th.
Yeah. So a couple of the folks on our team, account service managers, they run those trainings, and they'll step you through online store, what we're going to look at next, Custom Point, They might even go into a few other tools that I'm not going to talk about today. So if you feel like you might want that type of more in-depth training, please, take advantage of those options that are available to you. Okay, so let's go over to online store. This, again, just to kind of set the stage of, why this is important.
Is this the homepage?
Yep.
Okay.
And where you go is anthem.com/shop. And there is a screen in your deck that shows you how to get there as well. You've got that, you don't have to worry about it, but it's anthem.com/shop. This is important, and I really want to try to push all of our agents to start using this tool more often because it's the most up-to-date. If you have a hard copy of a provider directory, and a lot of people love using those, and they're great, it's just that they can be outdated. And then what happens is I see sales, allegations come to me later in the year saying, my agent said my doctor was in network and they weren't. Well, maybe they were on that hard copy at the time, but when they signed up, if they had looked here, they might have seen that doctor was no longer in network. So that's just one example to give you of why I think you should use the online tools more often.
And this can be sold year-round?
DSNP?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe we didn't talk about that. Okay, that's kind of important. Thank you for asking that question.
What was the question?
His question was, can we sell this all year round? Yes. So if I were an agent out in the field, you're going to focus during AEP on your HMO, PPO, your Medicare products for the most part. If I were managing my business, if you've got somebody who needs a plan during AEP, you certainly market to them and help them. But the beauty of DSNP, I guess, to manage your business is that it is available all year round. They have a permanent SEP, so they can move plans anytime they want to. Your job is to tell them why ours is so good that they're not going to want to leave that plan once they sign up, and I really believe that that's true. But you can supplement your business. You can, I know that agents are so busy. Probably around this time through February, you're just slammed. You're either working retail stores, you've got all your appointments set up, you're working with your clients, you're trying to build some new clients. That's probably not the key time to look for and market to DSNPs. Again, help them if you find them. But what you should do if you're planning out your business, you start marketing to DSNPs in February, March, and throughout the year. And that's a permanent opportunity for an agent who's trying to facilitate. I know lots of folks market life insurance or annuities and other products, which is great, but this is another Medicare product that you can have in your toolbox all year long. Good question. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Let me go over here. All right. So I'm just going to stick to my zip code, Hamilton County, and I want to view our plans. So, whatever county you're working with, if you're in Ohio, you populate that one and it's going to pull up, the plans that they have there. It's a little bit slower here. All right. Right off the bat, it's going to show you, plans that are available in Hamilton County. Okay, if you just kind of page down, we've got the RPPO. These are obviously all Anthem because this is our tool. HMO, and the dual SNP. Those are the three plans from a Medicare perspective in Hamilton County. Let's say I want to go and find a doctor to see if this doctor is in network for a DSNP. Because we talked about this, that came up in questions, so I want to pull one up that accepts DSNP. So it'll automatically keep your zip code populated for you. Yep. Okay. And what you can do, you can filter in a way that makes the most sense to what you're looking for. If you click here, type of provider, you've got different options there, behavioral health, dental, etc. I'm going to stick to doctor. You could refine it by specialty. So we've got a whole host of specialties that you could, refine your search on. I'm going to come down and probably, I would always start with the name. So if you're talking to a client and they have their doctor's name, most of them I think bring a list of their drugs and their doctors with them to make it a little bit easier to look that up. So I'm going to put this one in. Okay, Dr. Mary Forkin, she's in Westfield. Right here, doctor is in network for these plans. Anthem Medicare Dual SNP, HMO SNP. That's what you want to see. when you're looking up doctors for a dual SNP client, you also see that she's in network for all of our other products as well, the HMO and the regional PPO. And that's how you know. You need to see that right there. If you don't see the dual SNP product mentioned, that doctor isn't in network for that particular product. Does that make sense? Okay. Now you can do the same thing. Let's say you're looking up a particular, you want to find out about a drug. So your member is taking Lipitor, and you want to make sure it's covered in our formulary. And let me take an opportunity to mention that our Tier 1 formulary is at $0, and then our Tier 6, which is the Select Care, those are all going to be $0 next year as well. That's not really part of the plan, what I'm talking about today, but that's another, doesn't apply to DSNPs, but keep that in mind for other Anthem plans. That's going to be a nice perk. All right.
And because they accept DSNP, they automatically accept Medicaid?
No.
Well, I shouldn't have said that, should I? When you say that, okay, ask the question again. The doctor?
The doctor that we just looked at?
Yeah,
They accept DSNP.
correct.
Do they automatically accept Medicaid? That's the question.
Let me think about what Greg said. So if you've got LIS,
I
is
heard
not.
him say no, but I'm just trying,
No, they
Yeah.
don't.
I'm just wanting to find out if that's true. How do I find out that they accept Medicaid?
Well, it doesn't
You don't need
really
to
matter
matter.
because they're
Yeah.
gonna take, it's gonna be invisible to the customer.
Right.
They're not gonna get billed for anything over.
Right. It's all kind of
Okay,
behind the
okay.
scenes. Yeah.
Okay,
That's the beauty of having a DSNP, is
There
they've
you
got
go.
access to more
Okay.
doctors.
there you go.
That's
I got
exactly
myself
right. That's
all
a
messed
good
up
point.
in that.
Did everyone hear
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Go through that again.
His point was, and Aaron amplified on this, the beauty of the DSNP is that they have access to more doctors. And the network is going to be larger.
Right.
So that's something I'm going to want to talk about a little bit later. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So I plugged in Lipitor. Obviously you've got all the detail, 10 milligrams. Let's say that they want to do retail every month. I'm just going to put in 30. And I want to add that drug. I'm going to continue. And right here, it's going to tell you, what it's in our network. And it's going to show you the annual drug cost, the plan pays this much, the gap, view a list of covered drugs. If you click on this, it's going to give you the whole list, this huge list of covered drugs, which is probably more than anybody's ever going to want to look at in their entire life. But you got it. I mean, if you want to do that in your leisure time, you can certainly pull it up. And it'll go through and it'll show you our standalone PDP products and how that all nets out. So basically what I'm trying to convey is that this tool is very useful for those key components that a member's going to need to know as far as, is my doctor in network for the plan I'm interested in? Is my drug covered? A hospital. You can also look up and see if a hospital is in network. I know in Indiana already we have all the major hospital networks. So in fact, let me put this plug out. I don't even know if you're aware of this yet, but Lutheran is a hospital, if you sell in Fort Wayne, which I know the lady over here does, that was just added this year. That was a big win.